Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to Sacred Rose Tarot 1111. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, and share your thoughts with the community. This does help grow the channel. Also, please remember that not all messages will resonate all the time, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't for somebody else. Today's message comes to us from Archangel Zadkiel. This is card number 26. And right off the bat, I see a lot of purples, pinks, golds, yellows. And when I first drew this card, immediately made me think of the Magician out of the tarot deck. So let's read it since I haven't seen this one before and see what it's all about. His number is 26. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 speaks of abundance. 8 is also the number on its side is the symbol of infinity, and is the infinity symbol is actually above the Magician's head in the Magician card in the tarot. So let's see where this goes. His card comes to us today from the Archangel Fire Oracle by Alexandra Wenman. And it says here, freedom and transmutation, shown here as the Ascended Master Saint Germain, the great alchemist. Zadkiel's name means grace of God or righteousness of God. He is the angel of freedom, benevolence, transfiguration, and forgiveness. He helps release negativity and transmutes limiting beliefs and thought patterns so we can live a life of freedom. This begins with holding ourselves in forgiveness and, in a similar way to working with Jeremiah, having mercy for our own shortcomings. Zadkiel can help us to see a higher perspective and rise above the idea of right and wrong, good or bad, to see every situation in our lives a great blessing or lesson. He helps free us from outdated victimhood or guilt and transforms our lower thoughts and emotions into loving and hopeful wishes and prayers, guiding us toward inner bliss. His message to us today is to free yourself from limitations. Imprisonment is an illusion, for no one can imprison your heart or mind. Choose to feel free and allow any perceived blocks to dissolve. That's a great message. There's a couple of things in here that sort of popped into my mind when I was reading it, especially about limiting beliefs and thought patterns. And I like where it says this begins with holding ourselves in forgiveness. We can sometimes be our own worst enemy, and we can be really hard on ourselves, and we really need our mind to be a more kind place. We spend a lot of time in our heads, in thought and everything. So let's make sure it's a kind place to be. Let's be a little bit more forgiving and gentle towards ourselves. Let's be kind to ourselves. And I like also where it says, in a similar way to working with Jeremiah, having mercy for our own shortcomings. So yeah, forgive ourselves. Let's not be so hard on ourselves. That's a beautiful message. All right. The first card out today is number 12, Divine Creation. This is a very beautiful card. It's acceptance, personal commitments, and euphoria. I like how she's dancing. That's really awesome. It looks like we have some Egyptian wings back here. So there may be some ties to Egypt here. And I'm doing this message a little bit different. You may have noticed I didn't go right into the supporting Ascended Masters here for this message. We're going to go straight into this card because I was really drawn to this. And I don't think I've ever pulled this card before. So let's see what it has to say for us. It's card number 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 in numerology is a very auspicious number, which means it's very good. It's often associated with the planet Jupiter, so it's lucky. It's considered a luck and abundance card. Let's see. This comes to us from the Sacred Light Oracle by Anna Stark. And it says here, divine creation is boundless. It can transform your life into one of peace and joy. Having the awareness and experience of divine creation encourages you to love deeper, have more compassion, understand troubled souls, and nurture all living creatures with a loving abundance. How beautiful is that? I love that, where it says, have more compassion. And we just talked about having more compassion for ourselves. This is great. Let's see how this continues to unfold for us. The life of divine creation is free-flowing and endless. Knowing that you are worthy of accepting this divinity enhances your personal power with creative force. Divine creation is divine love, and although the soul grasps this love openly, the physical body cannot contain it. Divine love is intense and overwhelming, often leaving a person momentarily euphoric when cultivated with a divine awakening. Under the wings of the Ascension Master Goddess Isis, her aura can resurrect your spirit into a life filled with more love as she assists you to release guilt surrounding self-acceptance and family matters. The magic of her presence is automatically uplifting, protecting those that seek her wisdom and guidance. Ascension Master Goddess Isis asks that you release your feelings of guilt, mistrust, vulnerability, and betrayal. Old relationship wounds, abuse, and the violation of personal rights have stopped you from embracing yourself fully. Understanding your personal needs on such an intimate level requires a self-loving attitude. Reevaluate your circumstances after professional assistance. Making magic is an act of divine love. Divine love is divine creation. Ascension Master Isis. Her sacred crystal is emerald, and her affirmation says, I am safe sharing my vulnerability with others. That's very interesting. Wow. I think this card was talking about forgiving ourselves for being really hard on ourselves. That can have a lot to do with old programming. Perhaps somebody, once upon a time, again, this is not going to resonate with everybody, okay? So take what resonates, leave what doesn't, like I always say. But perhaps there was a situation or a time when somebody was speaking hard words to you. I'm getting the very much that it was like as a youth, like maybe you were a youth and somebody you looked up to, somebody in a role of maybe a parental figure. It could have been a relative, it could have been a teacher, somebody you looked up to, somebody you trusted, somebody you were like trying to earn their attention or get their attention. Maybe spoke some harsh words to you or treated you maybe indifferently. And somehow that translated into your young mind, whoever this is resonating with at the time. Young in terms of this probably would have happened to somebody as a child. I'm getting school age. And perhaps their harsh words caused you to maybe harbor resentment or have self-doubt, some sort of limiting belief, not being good enough, whatever it was. Basically, this is saying you can let go of that. You are a divine creation. You can accept whatever personal limitations you placed on yourself as just being old programming and let it go, right? And a lot of that has to do with forgiveness. And so you may have heard it said, I know I've said it before, forgiveness isn't always about forgiving the other person just for the sake of forgiving them. You forgive them for you so that you don't hold on to any toxic negativity, anything that's like heavy energy, dark energy, low vibrational energy, anything that's like bogging you down, making you feel less than. That's just old garbage. I mean, if you got a new computer, you're not going to put old programming in that, right? So whatever happened in this example, this message that I'm getting as a child, whatever happened or whatever was said to you that impacted you in some sort of a negative way or created some sort of self-limiting belief or some sort of self-doubt or even self-hatred if it was that severe, depending on what your situation is, you can just let that go. You're a new computer. You're an adult now. You're an older person. You're older than you were then. You're no longer a child. So those limiting beliefs are no longer part of your programming. You can let it go. And just like this card was saying, you can release it. It's no longer part of your story. You're divine creation. You're something else. And it's okay to forgive and do that for yourself. You just let it go, right? So before I get into the tarot, to clarify this card, I'm feeling Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva's card came out as one of the Ascended Masters to help bring us this message today. His card is about transcendence, rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given, dance with the universe. And his card really, to me, makes a lot of sense because she looks like she's dancing. And transcendence is about rising up. And so she's got wings, like Isis has given her wings so that she can rise up. and dance with the universe. It certainly looks like she's dancing with the universe in this picture. It's very beautiful. So I would say that's the overall message right there, right smack dab in the middle. And that's probably why I was drawn to this card so heavily. That's very interesting. And I'm curious. Let's talk about Hilarion. Let's knock down the crystal over here. So Hilarion, this is the first time I've drawn this card, and it talks about divine healing. And I think this is important because not only are you being reminded, dance of the universe, right? Free yourself, you're a divine being, your divine creation. Those old programming situations no longer apply to you because you've been healed, you've undergone the healing process. You somehow, some way, healing has taken place. We'll have to dive into the message to find out a little bit more about that. But it's interesting. His card came out. It says, divine healing, honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. Okay. And I'm going to read his card because I've never pulled that card before, so I want to see what that has to say. And his card comes to us from the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards by Kyle Gray. It says here, Hilarion is a spiritual master who lived in the Middle East during the 4th century. At the age of 15, he felt the call to go to the retreat of St. Anthony in the Egyptian desert. We had the wings of Isis in here, so there's a very strong Egyptian tie here. Let's see where this goes. This was busy with people needing healing, so after a while, he went back home with some monks. During that time, his parents passed away, and it is said that Hilarion was so devoted to service, he gave all of their estate to his brothers and the poor. For the rest of his life, he lived as a hermit in a cave and was said to perform miracles with his prayers and touch. To this day, he's dedicated to healing, but he also helps spiritual people who feel overly sensitive to overcome their challenges and integrate with the normal world. Okay, interesting. The extended message says, the world can seem overwhelming to you, and it's okay to retreat to a safe space every now and then to cleanse and recharge your energy. You may feel called to serve others, to share your healing with them, but please ensure you are filled up with light, love, and energy first, so that you are not sacrificing your own development for others. You are surrounded by the healing light of Hilarion and the healing angels at this time so that you can recharge and feel whole. Okay, wow. That is really a great message and very interesting. So I'm getting like very much there's some sort of revitalizing going on. And if this message is resonating with you, perhaps you've been feeling overwhelmed or drained or even stagnant. Sometimes even stagnation can feel like death. It's like, I don't want to be stuck. So if this message is resonating, there's something unfolding here. I feel like there's some layers to this. Maybe not all of the message, of course, is going to resonate, but maybe there are some parts that do. So let's keep going. What am I getting? I'm getting this one. Okay. This one says here, Joyful Muse, Inspiration, card number 33. 3 plus 3 is 6. I know a lot of people will say, 33 is a master number. You don't break it down all the way, but I do because I don't know master numbers all that well. But I do know basic numerology. So forgive me if that's not the way you do it. That's okay, right? We all have different parts of our journey that we're on. So to me, 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 is a number of harmony. And since we're restoring, we're doing some sort of restoration. We're remembering who we are. We're going to dance. He's got an instrument, a musical instrument here. So maybe this has something to do with some music, dancing to the beat of your own drum, joyful muse, being inspiring others to dance and shed these old programming. Let's see, perhaps this inspiring, joyful muse wakes you up to your healing, brings you out of the cave. He was in a cave as a hermit for a while there. Maybe you can reach more people when you're a joyful muse, tapped in. I'm getting tapped in alignment. I'm hearing alignment. And 6 is the number of harmony. So being in harmony, being back in, balance. 3 and 3, balance. I'm seeing scales. All right. I've never pulled this card either. In fact, I don't think I've ever even seen this card before today. So let's see what it says. All right. It comes to us from the Shaman's Dream Oracle by Alberto Villoldo and Colette Baron-Reed. It says here, the joyful muse invites you to be more playful, to have more mirth and joy in your life. You have become boring to yourself, even as others continue to find you interesting. Oh, no. Well, we don't want to be boring to ourselves, right? Circumstances have dulled your edge, and it's time to change not the things around you, but your attitude. Blow a morning kiss to yourself in the mirror. Smile to a stranger. Wink at a child. Be mildly but elegantly inappropriate. The joyful muse is a source of inspiration, a wild and disruptive feminine force that compels you to invite more pleasure and delight into your life. Give yourself permission to be mischievous and find the humor in the tragedy while careful not to become frivolous. The power of this muse will shake up, everyone around you and invite you to create beauty and grace out of the pain and tragedy you perceive in areas of your life. The joyful muse often comes at a time when darkness prevails and the future seems dour. Embrace her gifts, being playful without being silly. Invite the child inside you to come out for a play date, and he or she will help you to return to your innate innocence, the place of never been there, never done that, even if it is the same routine you wake up to every morning. Wow. Well, that's definitely a fun energy. Fun, cute, playful. I like it. Nice. Okay. Very cute. All right, let's see what our other energy here is. Our other energy is repairing the veil, forgiveness. Card number 45. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 is the number of completion, having completed, being abundant. It's right before 10, which is the completion, but when you break it down, 1 is all the start of a new cycle. So 9 is also completion, completing an abundance, and like having everything being provided for, having everything you need. And repairing the veil feels to me like there's something that needs to have a new beginning, like the completion of something, the veil of forgiveness, breathing new life into something. There's some transformation happening. There's a butterfly down here. And this cat has, I think it's a cat, has some like little butterfly wings too. So there's some transformation happening. There's a change, a process happening. Things are changing. Interesting, very interesting. And Zadkiel talked about forgiveness, right? Forgiving ourselves. Not only offering forgiveness to others, but to ourselves. And we have healing over here, divine healing. Transcendence, rising above something. Rising above, elevating, remembering your divinity. Dancing with the universe. Tapping into inspiration, being joyful, playful. Repairing the veil. Let's see what this card says. I don't know that I've ever pulled this one either. It's also from the Shaman's Dream Oracle. And it says here, between us all is a thin veil appearing to be a space that separates us. We look through this veil and believe ourselves to be distinct from each other. We assume that our thoughts and feelings are our own. We see bodies and objects and the spaces between them, so we engage the world in relationships between a duality of us and them. This veil serves as a mysterious illusion, making it so hard to believe in our inherent connection and unity. We can't always remember that what we do to someone else, we, at the same time, do to ourselves. When we claw at the veil out of fear, anger, jealousy, or resentment, manipulate another, misuse our power, or allow someone's actions to diminish us, we create a wound felt by many, not just those of us in the smaller direct relationship. Now is the time to examine where your actions have caused difficulty or harm to someone else, and also where you have been the recipient of harm. Regardless of what side you are on, it's important to take responsibility for healing this rift by bringing love, compassion, deep listening, and presence to whatever is not in harmony. Do this for you and for your own liberty, as you become an unwitting hostage once you take the role of perpetrator or victim, both positions of weakness. Let go of all your resentments. Know your part in the dynamic and make the appropriate amends with that newfound wisdom and understanding. Healing, forgiveness, and mending what is broken in your world is a sweet, much-needed declaration of freedom. A lot of things are popping out here, guys. Harmony, the number of harmony here, includes some joyful music, some inspiration. Compassion, Zadkiel's, also known as the Archangel of Changes. You have all the tools you need to make those changes. Remember to be compassionate to yourself and others. Oh, excuse me. Healing. It talks about healing also in here. And it's a much needed declaration of freedom once we can heal that and move beyond it, which allows us to transcend. That's beautiful. Okay, so it looks like we've got a little bit of work to do. Something, whether it's for ourselves, with others, the other relationships, whatever it is, let's find out. Let's start with this deck in the middle here. I asked the tarot to clarify divine creation. First card out is King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is representative of masculine energy. We all have, remember, we all have feminine and masculine energy within us, but it has to do with like having your ducks in a row, being organized, having probably multiple streams of income, being sort of, set well off. Like your bills are getting paid, you're taking care of what you need to take care of, you're being able to provide for your family. You could be a business owner, that sort of thing. You could have, you could be good at managing or running business. Followed by wish fulfillment, the Nine of Cups. This card was the card, number 9, was it not? Oh, here we go. This card was number 9. So we have fulfillment. Nine of Cups is emotional fulfillment. So we have here talking about getting back to this place of being one with yourself, your divine creation. Remember who you are. You are grounded. You are provided for. You are able to provide for all of your needs. Your needs are being met. You have emotional fulfillment. This can also mean celebration. Seems like you have youthful energy. We also have some youthful energy over here when it said, have some childlike energy. You may have some fun new ideas as a result of tapping into this inspiration. Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is one of the best cards in the deck because this is talking about legacy wealth. We're talking about generational wealth, being able to provide for your children's 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 children, and so on. So a lot of stability and emotions. There's mostly earth and water in those cards. Then we have a little bit of fire. We have Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is the fastest moving deck and is very passionate, fiery, somebody who wants to take action, wants to get there quick, fast, and in a hurry. So there's something maybe inside you that's you're sort of like, something in this message is kind of like, yeah, I get that. That's me. That's what I'm feeling, or that's totally speaking to me, whoever this is resonating with. And you want to get back to this place. You want to get recentered. You want to get back to dancing with the universe. You feel like something's a little bit off. It may be something simple, It could be something like little that sort of throws us off kilter a little bit, makes us sort of, off balance, right? It doesn't always have to be something huge. But I really feel like to get back into this harmony, the key is to tap into this playful energy. And so let's clarify this playful energy here. Eight of Cups is walking away from something. So walking away from disillusionment, walking away from something that was not emotionally fulfilling. And this could very well speak to when I gave the example of how it felt very strongly when we were reading Zadkiel's card that there was some sort of message, somebody as a youth that you looked up to that spoke down to you, or was, said something that was defeatist or rude, or I don't know what it was. Maybe they're having a bad day, but you took it to heart. But now's the time to let that go. See how this person's walking away because nothing in these cups is no longer serving them. And we're getting a lot of 9s. This I know is 8, but the next step up, and this is card number 8 too. I'm feeling like maybe this happened around the age of 8 or 9. This could have been something that happened in the elementary age, 8 or 9, 3rd, 4th grade kind of thing. So, and I'm getting like, I'm really getting the teacher or somebody that you looked up to, somebody that a parental unit, a family member or teacher or something like that. Somebody maybe that was teaching you stuff. I don't know. Anyhow, we're moving on. The Chariot, moving on here. That's funny. The Chariot is a card of action. It's very auspicious as well. So we have a lot of good energy out here on the board. It looks like you're able to move away from something that no longer serves you because you put that old programming aside. You healed it. You're ready to transcend. You're moving forward because you want to get back to this place. So you're going to take this energy and you're going to say, yeah, I want to do that. I want to get back into harmony. I want to get back into balance. I can feel it. You can feel it probably, your intuition is telling you that you need to do something fun because you're sort of in this like little stuck space. This like, I don't want this, Maybe you're very empathic and you kind of have to ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? There's no reason I should be feeling this way. And that's okay. Ask yourself those questions. Say, it's okay to say, hey, this is not my energy. I don't like this feeling. It's kind of heavy, or it's blah, it's meh, it's whatever. There's no reason for me to feel this way. I'm going to let that go. You can even say it. This is not my energy. I'm going to give that back to the universe. And so maybe you were picking up on something intuitively. If you're very empathic and very sensitive, like this card was talking about, Hilarion is very sensitive, and sensitive types tend to do that. We tend to pick up on other people's energies. Let that go. Move away from it. Get back into this fun energy because you want to get here. This is where you're thriving. This is like you're thriving, dancing with the universe, divine creation. This is what you're designed to do. That's like the sweet spot is what I want to say. And then we had the Death card. So there was perhaps some transformation taking place. This card speaks of death and rebirth. So transformation. So something, you knew you had to put something down. You had to change something. You walked away from something. Like we talked about the computer. You don't buy a new computer and put old programming in it. So you're recognizing old programming and you're able to heal that and move past it and transform it with the butterfly into something new and beautiful, something that's beneficial to you. The Devil in reverse speaks of perhaps you had some limiting self-limiting beliefs that made you feel tied or bound or chained, or somehow they were not benefiting you at all and made you feel kind of stuck. But it came in reverse. So right after the Death card, you're able to heal that and move past it. So whatever this old programming is, like mental traps, subconscious type of stuff, negative things somebody spoke to us, whatever it was, you were able to let it go and no longer associate with that. So that's good. Good for you. And then you have the Judgment card because you called judgment. So that's not my story. I'm a divine creation. I'm a divine being. Look at this. And that's a giant angel. Most people say that this is the angel Gabriel coming out to blow his horn. Say, rise up. Rise out of your slumber. For those of you who are trapped and bound and falling into lies and old programming, rise up. The time is now. That's no longer your programming. That's no longer your message. It no longer resounds for you. This is the new resounding sound. You are not the old programming. So, dance. Bring harmony back into your world. Find joyful muse, inspiration. Be silly. Let your inner child out a little bit. Forgive yourself, forgive others, but I'm feeling mostly this is a forgive yourself for maybe speaking harshly to yourself. Maybe your mind wasn't so pleasant. Maybe it was kind of a hard place to be in. If you're in your head a lot and you have negative programming, that's not always the best place to be. So forgive yourself if you feel like maybe you were too hard on yourself. Maybe you were kind of in two minds, like maybe I want to do this and I want to do that, but so-and-so back in the day said I couldn't do that. Well, back in the day, maybe it was rough waters and it was hard for you to chart a course, but you're no longer a child. You're no longer somebody who was relying on somebody who gave you bad information. So you're able to make a decision to move forward for your best and highest good with new programming. Because you are no longer a child. No. You have all the tools you require. The Knight of Cups is somebody who is emotionally balanced, who is, they're armored up here. They've put in the work. They've received their special training, and they have a message, an emotionally balanced message to bring forward. Perhaps you... if it's in line with forgiving somebody who spoke harshly to you in the past, maybe you want to speak to them and say, hey, this is my cup. I forgive you for what you said to me in the past. And maybe it didn't impact you. Maybe you never even thought twice about it. Maybe you even forgot you even said it. And that's okay, because I forgive you and I forgive me. And I don't forgive you for your benefit. I forgive you for my benefit. You don't have to say that part to them, but you get the gist, right? And then we have the Fool, because you're ready for a new beginning. You're ready for new programming. You're ready for fun. You're ready to take that leap of faith. This is like, to me, one of the most fun cards you can get in the whole deck. He's like, I've got the sun on my back. I'm having the time of my life. I've got a flower. The world is my oyster. I can do anything I want. And so he's got this total confidence, this positive outlook, very happy, ready for a new beginning. And this really, to me, goes right along with this. In fact, I'm going to set this right here because I feel like those cards go together. And here we go. Here we have the Magician. Wouldn't you know it? It looks just like Zadkiel in this card. He's got the elements there. He's got some robes on. And that's card number 8. If you look above the Magician's head, the infinity number is the number 8 laid on its side. And you, as above, so below. You make your world what it is. Your perception is your reality. And it starts in your mind, because as a man thinketh, so is he. Meaning, whatever we think in our mind, whatever we give birth to, whatever we feed into our programming, is what is going to transform and translate into our reality all around us. So let's make it a happy place in our mind. Let's make it a positive place. Let's encourage ourselves. And then that can translate into a positive world all around us, because it's saying right here, you have everything you need. You've done healing, or you're going through healing. You have all the tools to do it. And the next step is going to be your transcendence, because you're going to rise up. You remember who you are, this divine being, this divine creation. You're going to dance with the universe. That's what you're made to do. I'm going to put her close over here to this violin for music. And Empress. You're harnessing Empress energy. You're really embodying Empress energy. That's the divine feminine. She embodies all the energy of the queens, and she is in receiving mode. So you're ready to receive all of this good stuff that's coming toward you. You're ready to receive that new programming. You're ready to receive the forgiveness, receive the muse, the joy, the fun, receive the dancing with the universe, receiving the healing, all of those things. I'm gonna put it right here. You're ready to receive all of those things. And that's the last card I have, because you've done all that work. What a beautiful message. This is fantastic, you guys. This is really great energy. I'm also hearing, because I'm seeing a lot of this green, and this is right over his heart chakra clearing. If you feel like, sort of a side note, but if you feel like maybe you experienced some blockages in the heart area as a result of this old programming, you can put that away now. And you can even do some meditating. You can do some There are some chakra clearing meditations on YouTube that are really great for that. Also, staying grounded. I'm hearing grounded. You can cleanse, purify your space. You can use Palo Santo. You can use, this is white sage with some lavender. You can do sound bowl clearing. You can go outside, walk barefoot in the grass. You can hug a tree. There are several different ways you can do that. Maybe you want to use some crystals in your healing. I know Zadkiel's crystal is the amethyst. And there's a lot of purple out here. I'm getting a lot of purple from all these cards up here. So perhaps even some lavender oil to meditate. Amethyst crystals during your meditation, any of those things can be beneficial to you. But you're well on your way. And I feel like you recognized it early, and it wasn't like this huge out of balance thing. And I feel like you're maybe asking, and maybe you were searching, doing some inner seeking, like, feeling a little bit off. What's going on? What's contributing to that? And maybe you even grounded yourself a couple of times and did some meditation, and you were kind of like, something's still a little bit off. What is it? I hope this message provides you some clarity and some of the answers you were seeking. I know personally it resounded a lot of that. This message helped me. So I'm hoping it also helps you. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment. That does help grow the channel. And remember that not everything resonates. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't for somebody else. Love and light. Thank you for watching. Take care.